I didn't really know what kind of a school I wanted to go to.
The entire process is just so beyond confusing.
I do have to say that I started from, next to no knowledge about the college application experience.
We didn't know the steps to find the best college for me, nor where to even begin to build a competitive college application.
I really didn't know where to start.
We needed some assistance with finding help with picking out a college for Malia.
We were a little overwhelmed by everything we had heard, but we really weren't sure if we needed a college advisor.
I felt like I should know how to help my daughter through the college application process, but I just didn't know what I was doing.
Going in, I was very scared, nervous, and really had no idea what to expect.
Our daughter was a very angsty teenager, eager for independence from her parents.
My teenage daughter didn't want to listen to me anyway.
And Avalon was that buffer that we needed between parents and child.
It allowed our kids to be very independent in their college process and make a choice of how much they wanted us involved. The fact that they could be so independent allowed us to keep the tension out of our household in their whole college process.
Avalon had a clear, structured process of how to prepare for college applications. The process started with a thorough interview of my son to learn who he is and what he wanted out of college.
I remember being asked all of these questions about what I was interested in, how I would respond in certain hypothetical situations, what I valued, and all of these questions helped them get to know me as a person.
I was instantly put at ease. Everyone had an interest in not just me as an applicant as numbers, but as me as a person.
My son went through a deeper self-discovery process because he had to really dig deep to articulate who he is and how all this connected with his college and career aspirations.
Jennifer took the time to get to know my daughter and to know her strengths and weaknesses and interests, and really helped her narrow down which colleges would make sense for her to apply to.
They really seemed to care, and they wanted what I wanted.
At the beginning, I was just so overwhelmed with the whole process because there's just people talking at you. But when I started working with Jennifer, I saw the path that I needed to go on, and she made that path easy for me, and she pushed me on it.
Going into this process, I was someone who had a higher GPA and a pretty low SAT score, so I was kind of feeling discouraged. And I think the whole concept of a really good fit is something that I learned along the process.
They were very professional. They came in, they had initial orientation, and from there we went right to work. And for parents who need that in-between, you don't want to be arguing and fighting with your kids. They're the middle person that keeps the family together and finds the right college.
You're going to have a million questions.
Being a high school senior, I don't run on the most normal of schedules. And Jennifer's team had the patience to deal with everything, really. Like, not only the editing, but having stuff outside of that, like scheduling or, oh crap, should I be sending my SAT scores to this school now or later, right?
By the time the actual deadline came, everything was airtight.
I felt a lot like I was being guided through it, and there was always someone there to give me advice and answer all my questions, which was huge.
When you get an essay prompt, it's very easy to just come up with a response that you think the colleges want to hear, but that's not necessarily what the best essay is. And I think Avalon really helped me see that if a school doesn't accept you because of you being true to yourself, then it's not the right school for you.
Having gone into this process, not having written college essays before, not only did they, help me crunch the essays out, they kind of opened my eyes to ways to become a better writer in general.
At first I was a little hesitant. I didn't know what to expect, but the process was really interesting, writing different essay prompts. The most impactful part of the program was definitely their feedback on essays. They were very detailed.
They were incredible at helping me write my essays, which I'm not the strongest writer. They helped me turn it into incredible masterpieces that I didn't know I could write at that level.
One of the things that really helped me the most that Avalon provided was the strict-ish due dates for essays and drafts of those essays. I personally am a procrastinator, so that helped me a ton with keeping myself on track.
Sometime during those sessions, I wrote a slew of essays, and I'm pretty overjoyed to say I never read a single one of them.
The sooner you start, the better, because there's always more that you can do.
Then that allowed me to get most of the work done before school even started, so did a lot of work over the summer, and I'm grateful that I did that.
I also think that starting super early, like during the summer going into your senior year, is key, and Avalon really helped with that and made sure that I was starting my UC app in those essays as well as my Common App essay.
Engage early. We engaged when my son was in 9th grade, and it was key since otherwise a lot of things would be too late.
All 3 of our children worked with Avalon, and we are so glad that we took that path.
Hiring them was the best decision I made.
Not only did we get our number 1 offer, but our number 3, our number 5, and our number 7 offer.
It was a terrific confidence builder. She applied to about 10 different universities and was accepted into all but 1.
My daughter Malia wanted NYU. You know, it was a rich school, but here it is a year and a half later, and guess what? She got accepted into NYU. Yeah. So we're happy parents.
We were thrilled for each of our 3 children. We knew that they had been able to really put their best self forward, and each of them had the result that was right for them.
My son was admitted by a top UC school, which is his dream school.
And with this program, I was accepted into multiple UCs and my number 1 college.
I ended up at a school that I really did not imagine myself ending up at, and I realized it is a perfect fit. Why didn't I think of this earlier?
For our daughter's college education, we plan on investing the equivalent of a median price of an American home.
We're getting ready to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to send our daughter to college. When you look at that amount, spending the money to have a professional guide you through this incredibly complex process just makes sense.
The money I spent with Avalon Advising is the best money I've ever spent.
I'm Jennifer, Director, Owner of Avalon College Advising. You've just heard from parents and students about their experiences with us. Perhaps you can relate to the emotions and thoughts expressed here. Please know, though, that we have helped hundreds and hundreds of families successfully navigate the college application process. If you're ready to find out if Avalon College Advising is right for you, please contact us. We are currently offering a 20-minute complimentary consultation, and I look forward and hope to get to meet you soon.